says they like to pray in these places where people could see them, because they wanted to be seen. They wanted to look as if they were really praying and talking to God. But you know what, beloved? People may not always see you praying, but guess what? God knows when you're praying. So I want you to know it's about a genuine conversation with God. It's not about coming to church, you standing up in front of everybody, and then you have great oratorical skills and you're very articulate. You know how to put your subject and verbs, making them agree. You know how to make sure that you have every word order and structure right together, and it sounds real good. But guess what? God is not impressed by that. Now, that doesn't mean you should diminish your grammatical skills. But guess what? If you may not be grammatically clean like other people, but you know how to talk to God, God knows how to hear and answer your prayers. Okay, now watch this. Watch this. You got to hear. He says, so they get in places because he says they want to be seen by men. That's about the perception. They want to be seen. Imagine they go and they get to the place where they can be seen. And that does not only work with prayer in church now. A lot of people like to do stuff to be seen in church. If you don't believe it, some people don't come to church until it's their time to be seen. You didn't know that, right? You know, see, when your relationship is what it is with God, see, you don't have to wait until you are on the program. And then you want to hold us up. You want to hold us up. And see, this is the reality. See, people don't understand when you walk with God and you have a spirit of discernment, we all know you faking. You just don't know that we know. And what you'll do is you'll get up and you'll hold up the time, and our service is stretched out because you haven't prayed at home, or our service is stretched out because you get the mic and you got to sing and sing and sing and shout and sing and shout and sing and shout. But we haven't seen you in Bible study. We haven't seen you in Sunday school. We haven't seen you in church since the last time you came and held us up. Sometime I didn't want to say, would you sit down so we can move to the next thing on program, because your time up. If you had been here last week, you could have gotten some of that out last week. You got to watch people who are trying to have a perception of being holier than everybody else. And that's what they were doing. But notice what Jesus says. He says they get their pay in full. Now think about it. He says they get their pay in full. When you pray, what you should be expecting is an answer from God. That's the reward you're looking for. When you pray, you are expecting God to answer. Notice this, not answer like you want him to answer, but just answer. So therefore, when you talk to God, you're expecting God to answer. Notice what the text says. It says, when the hypocrites, he says they love to stand and pray. He says, praying in synagogues and streets to be seen by men, their pay is in full. When you pray, you should be seeking acceptance from God, not applause from the